is Chief Press Secretary to the UCCDA Chairman, Right Honorable Nyetieka. We have his Chief Press Secretary right here in the studio, Abasiodu Idiong. Mr. Abasiodu, you're welcome in Niger Delta Today. It's good to have you on the program.
Thank you so much.
Good afternoon and welcome to
the program. It's
my
pleasure. Thank you.
Well, we've been looking at some of the reactions of people with regards to the recent developments by the UCCDA and understanding the economic challenge. The question has been, why now? And how do you expect them, or where do you expect these traders to go to after this demolition?
Thank you so much, ADBM. We're so happy to be here. First and foremost, we have to set the record straight. We are now at a point where we need to recalibrate, to take back our city, from dungeon, to take back our city from uncleanliness, to take back our city from indiscriminate street trading, to take back our city from random and selling at unauthorized places by government. You know, His Excellency the Governor, Pastor Moino, was very intentional when he appointed a grassroots, an intentional politician developer, talking about Right Honorable Nyetieka, my boss, to say, come, we have to work together to make this city a place to be. The governor's intention, and of course his vision, is to see a crowd of people, investors, tourists, developers, entertainers coming here. And of course, don't forget about the happy hour. When you come to a place, apart from Abuja, there is no way you can compare to Akwa Ibom in terms of standards, because that's the value we have placed on ourselves over the years. There's nothing that will make us go down on that record. I'm going somewhere, and I want you to understand, when Nyetieka resumed work in December 2023, he promoted smart city ideology. So what makes a city smart? You can't have a smart city in an unclean environment. You can't have a smart city where the people do not have a reorientation of where they are going and who they are. So he promulgated the smart city project, the idea, which boils down to the fact that our people have to begin to live anew. Take, for instance, the Ibom Plaza, where the former governor, with all thanks to him, Victor Atta, architect. Very many years ago, if you had been in Uyo, you wouldn't want to be in Paris. Believe me, you would want to be sitting to have your program at Ibom Plaza. It was the most sought after environment. Just take a picture of the greenery with breeze of air and people serving you something soft, and you're sitting with your spouse or your family in such an environment. All of this, we have lost it because some people picked it upon themselves to go and start trading at such place. That is illegal in the first instance. By all standards of the law, you should not do that. So when Right Honorable Nyetieka assumed office, he now said, we need to talk to our people. We need to sensitize them. We need to bring them back to where we ought to be. And so he started with intensive reorientation. He goes by himself, whether it was Itam Market, he was there. Whether it was Nonku Market, he was there. Whether it was Plaza, he was there. Whether it was talking with the Nigerian Union of Road Transport Workers, you will always find him there. That was not enough. He took it a step further to have one-on-one with village heads of these flashpoints, where you have people come brandish themselves on the road and start selling. So he interacted with them and said, what is your opinion on this? Where do we go on this? And shockingly, the last attempt was with the Ibom Plaza committee, who unanimously affirmed and accepted that indeed there is a portion of the Ibom Plaza market. They call it the Ibom Plaza flea market, F-L-E-A. That's just supposed to be a passerby market where you stop by to buy things. But Unfortunately, everyone had abandoned that flea market and the stalls which government had provided and suddenly preferred to be selling on the streets. And the chairman is saying, no, that's not okay. That's abnormal. We wouldn't do that. So to cut the long story short, he now met with them and they unanimously accepted that, oh, what we've been doing all these years have been wrong. We need to change things. We need to take back our city. And they have all accepted to move to the flea market. And in the few days from now, you have a brand new free space for the Ibom Plaza.
Okay.
And you have all the street traders. As I speak, you can actually see the level of compliance.
Yes, well, Mr. Abasiodu Idiong, well, there was a report that the space that you speak of in the Ibom Plaza is actually filled up with traders. And there are no spaces there, which is what has led to the overflow that we see now, where people get to use other locations within the plaza to trade. But then, yesterday we were at Ngwangiba, and we did a couple of recordings of persons who were affected by your activities. And some people had a couple of reactions to make as regards the modus operandi and how you destroyed or demolished the stalls that they used. And one of the respondents was very vocal about the fact that the UCCDA demolished his stall, which wasn't even under high tension, which I think that's one of the prerequisites for demolishing such spots. But then he said his outlet was completely away from the road and not under high tension. However, it was still demolished. But let me let you listen to some of the respondents.
So heartbreaking that where we do get small money to, as in gather for our needs, because since we finish school, there's no work there that or the system that can accommodate us so that we can find our daily bread. But the small place that we do manage, this is what happened. You can see everywhere is being leveled. All our container, everything is being it was brought to the ground. So it's so appalling. So there's nothing I can say now. If there's any way that government should maybe compensate, because there was no any notice, nothing at all.
You know, before I got this place, since I don't have job, my former boss, Honorable Abasiodu, former House of Assembly member representing Oran State Constituency in Akwa State House of Assembly, called Honorable Etieka, who happened to be the chairman of the New Capital Development, and seek his consent. He said that if my container is not under high tension, that I can keep it and do my business. And that is why I did, and that is why I come and mount the container here. And if you can see, this is not a government land. This land is the property of it belongs to Catholic Church, which I paid money to them. They give me this place to stay. So I'm really surprised because I don't know why they should use the main road to come and destroy.
Well, there you have it, Mr. Idiong. Some of the reactions coming in as regards the activities of the UCCDA recently, and we would want to know, have there been provisions made or put on ground to relocate these persons? I mean, we cannot completely overrule the fact that indeed there are economic issues in the land and these people need to survive. It's even a charge by the government that they must arise and they must find something to do for themselves to get by daily. What is the UCCDA doing in terms of relocating these persons, or is it just about the demolition?
Okay, let's start first with the issue you just brought on. First and foremost, that is an illegal structure. It constitutes what we call a shanty. Shanties are the things you construct using wood on any space you see available on the road, whether it is in your compound. It is a development. That is why on January 30th, the chairman, Right Honorable Etieka, inaugurated what you call Special Development Control Enforcement Team. That team has started work already, and what they are doing is what they are seeing. For no reason, no matter how the economy is, I do not have any reason whatsoever to come in front of ADBN and put my container, because things are very difficult with me. That is criminal. That's number one. Number two, it is also irresponsible, and I use this forum to address it, that please, if you want to have any development whatsoever in Uyo capital city, we have 6 contiguous local government areas running through those corridors, whether it is in Sadibom, it is Uran, you understand? It is E2. There are about 6. So what you need to do is please hurry down to Uyo Capital City Development Authority. We are behind the Secretariat at Atana Fort here in Uyo Capital City, and seek knowledge. Find out, what should I do? It is a complete disdain to see how people make excuses or reap emotional sentiment when they know that you've been caught doing the wrong thing. That's what we mean by take back our city, because if I give reasons for coming in here, you understand, and say, okay, you should allow me do what I want to do. I should be making calls while you are on the program. It makes me absolutely responsible. So what we are saying in essence is that we have to begin to put things right. You're right, the economy is biting. There has never been a time, the right time, like you asked, for this operation, Take Back Our City. The right time is now, in the sense that there has been prolonged enlightenment. There has been prolonged stakeholders engagement. There has been prolonged, you even showed a video of His Excellency the Governor on the street himself. Do you know what it means? That is compassion. How compassionate could a governor be? By coming down from his very high heavens to stand, look at that, with the marketers, with the traders, to say, Mbok, Dakakusong, Bagmoto Yauto, taking back a city.